Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read, if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of this coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You then think, maybe if I bang on the lid, I'll unsettle the dirt that's upon the lid and somebody might dig their way down towards me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are probably people standing right by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that you might, just might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? And if that's not selfish enough, you might take that life away from the people that love and care for you most. Your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, husband, or wife. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm speaking about that waited and waited until it was way too late to seek help. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I'll help you take your life back. For your life is God. At night, when you take your slippers off, don't just leave them by the edge of your bed. Stick them way under your bed. In the morning, you'll wake up when God allows you to wake up. Get down and look for those slippers. Remember, they're under your bed. Now you're on your knees. And while you're retrieving those slippers, utilize what I call knee time, K-N-E-E time. Knee prayer is your personal relationship, your personal communication line between you and God. These are the times where you want to ask God for guidance, direction, mercy, and forgiveness. These are the times where you want to thank God for everything that you have: a home, clothing, food, relationship, health. Knee mail each and every morning. It is so simple to remember to do that if you put your slippers under the bed at night and pick them up in the morning while you're on your knees. Use that personal time to speak from this mouth to God's ears each and every morning, and you'll start seeing your life changing tremendously. K-N-E-E mail, knee mail. It's your personal connection to God each and every morning. Now put those slippers on and walk with God 24/7. Let's talk about 4 holistic ways to fight drug addiction. Holistic ways, that is. 4 holistic ways to fight addiction. Addiction is all too common, people will tell you. Typically, inpatient treatment at special facilities designed to treat addicts. It is needed when substance abuse has reached to the point of physical and psychological dependency. These are the times where you have all sorts of different methods to go and utilize. You could use your regular methods, you can use holistic ones, and we have 4 ways we're going to talk about. The approaches to healing used in rehab programs are now a mix of traditional modalities of care like individual and group therapy and holistic, or otherwise known as alternative medicine. Ways to heal like yoga, equine therapy, and meditation. Holistic ways to fight addiction can be fought in 4 different ways, but there are many, many other ways you can do it. We are just going to talk about 4 different ways. So let's get right to it as soon as I can get to this. Hold on one second here. Okay. We're having a slight technical difficulty here, so let's get right to it. Holistic forms of treatment are the way of the future. Here are 4 holistic ways to fight drug addiction that can be used both in and out formal rehab. Treat your mind right. Your brain is where we say the mind's thoughts come from, but really, your mind and your thoughts are your choice. There are many ways to care for the mind that guides your thoughts and subsequent behaviors and overall attitude. Making good choices each day can steer your brain away from negative and toxic thoughts that lead to drug abuse in the first place. Reading is a great alternative to watching television during recovery. Exercising your brain muscles will help, not only help when times get tough, but also just during regular down times. The part of your mind that tells you getting drunk and high is a good idea can be outsmarted with proper tools and with proper training. Treat your body right. Physical exercise is a necessity. Finding an activity you enjoy doing will make an act of working out much more appealing to you. Do you like to walk, jog, run, even walk with your dog? Do you like to swim? What about hiking or playing a sport? Whatever you like to do, make an effort to add it into your schedule several times a week. If you spent years abusing drugs and alcohol, your body has been weakened tremendously, folks. Adding physical activity back to your routine may be an uncomfortable feeling at first, but in the long run, you're ensuring that your health, your happiness, and you have a higher likelihood of achieving sustained recovery. Treat your soul right. Drugs and alcohol take the greatest toll on your soul and your spirit. It is difficult but so rewarding to establish a good relationship with who you are at your core. Your essence is your true being outside of your physical body and needs nourishment, recognition, gratitude, and love. Good self-care for your soul starts with meditation, which just means quiet time alone. At first, you may be antsy and resistant to the process. That is normal. You can add up to 10 minutes of meditation to your day for a week. You will see the changes in those 7 days. As you sit or lay silent, you just listen to what comes up for you. You might try meditation on your own. I suggest doing it in a group, but on your own is also okay. Or you may be exposed to a group during rehab. There are countless guided meditations online, and many of them work at an unbelievable result statistic. There are also many spiritual centers that offer local group meditations. Whatever method you feel most comfortable with is fine. Just do it. Try getting in touch with your soul. See what you truly feel during your personal meditation practice and utilize that. Integrate your mind, your body, and your soul all into one. When you are taking care of each individually, the integration of all three will come together naturally. Be kind to yourself as you start a new life without drugs and alcohol. Take time each and every day to check in with your mind, your body, and your soul. Listen to each part of your system and do all that you can do to best fulfill the needs that they require. Holistic ways are great in combination with the generic rehab methods. If you're in a rehab center, try all of them, even if you're not in a rehab center. But it's always good to get into some kind of group meditation, because when you're first in recovery in the beginning, on your own, you might lose interest, you might give up. But in the group, we all work together. And it's all about working together as a group to get you back on track. Let today be the first day of your new life. Let today be the day you take your life back. Let today be the day you call me at 844-405-HELP, because I promise you, I truly promise you, I will help take your life back. But it all starts with you today. And it all starts with you communicating with your higher power, because God will stand by your side. He will lead you back into the light. But you need to truly communicate with God each and every day to make this happen. I ask you all to reach out to someone to get the help that you so desperately need, before you end up like the person that I spoke about in the beginning of this segment, that went to their grave without seeking help. Because if you're watching me, you're still breathing, you still have vision, you still have ears to hear me. And I am asking you, please, to seek help while you can, and let today be the first day of your new life. And may God bless each and every one of you. Take care.
you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no